What's up, traders? Welcome to my stream. So I finally finished most of 90% of the course. It was around, I think it was around 13 hours that I got finished. This video, we're gonna discuss like what I have learned from it. Um, I think there was a lot of things that I did learn. I realized that not all the setups that I was doing had a 100% win rate. There's a couple of setups that don't have a 100% win rate, and I need to position differently. Some of the tickers had, Chinese. Some of them were Chinese stocks. Some of them were not Chinese stocks. Some had news. Some of them not news. But as of right now, we have finished 80% of the course and it's uploaded to the cloud. So if you go on my website, you can still take advantage of my course over here. Just click the link below and click on the course section. So as of right now, I just finished pretty much 52-week breakouts, daily breakouts, day two continuation, first Green Day bounce, pre-market 7 a.m. push. VWAP. I just finished this area right here. The VWAP reclaim, VWAP after open, VWAP reclaim after 10:30, VWAP bounce after the open. I finished wedge breakout today, and pretty much I finished most of them. The only thing that I have not finished, as you can see, so here in this slide, I have not finished right here. I think it's this one, the gap up short. I did not finish the gap up short. Everything else is pretty much uploaded to the cloud. It came up to be like 12 hours and 15 minutes. That was a long course. So, you got an hour in the first, an hour in the second, and then over here you had 10 hours and 23 minutes. So it ended up being a total of I don't know, total of around, if I looked at Chat GPT told me it's around 13 hours right now. So 13 hours, and I got this section to do, the gap up short, and pretty much chapter 3, the market cycles. So I got two more chapters to pretty much work on. So what I have learned from all my data that I've gathered throughout my 4 or 5 years is pretty much what I really enjoyed. Like after I finished this chapter over here, I looked in my AI data right here. I have an AI data that tells me about all my setups and all my strategies here. I go look at all this data, and it pretty much tells me, you know, what is my average percent gain on each of the setups. Like my 52-week breakout, what am I going to expect? My daily breakout, what am I going to expect? My day two continuation, what can I expect? Like day two continuation has a pretty much, I think it was 32% average gain, or 24% average gain, 24.4 average gain or something. Pre-market 7 a.m. push. That was a good one because what I have learned, pre-market 7 a.m. push, like the pre-market 7 a.m. push only works very well on micro floats. And I'm giving away some knowledge here. It doesn't work well on floats underneath, between 1 million and 10 million. It's majority the micro floats here. Day two short, day three shorts. Actually, day three short is one of the best setups you can find. Actually, we were looking at it on Friday. Friday we had a day three short that I shorted, and it worked out really good. Like day three shorts works really good, amazingly, and most of the time, which is amazingly that it does. And what else have I learned? I learned, and I have to go through the gap up short right here. That one is not finished. Gap up short is not finished, which is going to be done by the end of week. Anyway, so we got 12 more days. 1 hour, 46 minutes, and 33 minutes. I mean, the prices is supposed to go up 2.5 times what it is now. So right now you're getting a deal because it's just going to go up as we get into a hotter market. And you get chapter one, chapter two, chapter three. I have to go through the chapter three now, and then I have to go to the gap up short. But the majority of the chapters here have been edited and have been plugged into AI and have been uploaded to the server. If you are interested purchasing the course, it ended up being right now we are at 12 hours and 55 minutes on the course. I've been working on the course for for 12 hours. Anyway, so we're gonna read my first review. This is a review of Trustpilot, so this is not unedited review. David went ahead and bought this course, and it's saying unusual day traders content and knowledge is unmatched. His course and live stream teach you the little details that nobody else is teaching. I learned more in 1 month from him than over a year of researching and watching whatever I could find on YouTube. I also started making profitable trade using what he teaches. Easy 5 stars for his course and live stream subscription. Would highly recommend to anything serious about learning to day trade. And this review was on Trustpilot over here. I haven't really used Trustpilot since 2023, but thank you for your review. And pretty much, this is the first person that bought my course, and I'm getting 5 out of 5 stars from David. He actually went through most of these. I'm actually gonna email him and tell him that the majority of them has been uploaded. He actually did pre-buy it, and he's watching it now since it's so long. And Pretty much chapter one, going through this, chapter two, the rules, and chapter three. So chapter one is pretty much have to do with the market, the schedule. Chapter two, the rules, staying away from danger. Chapter three, the market cycles. Like right now, I think on last week on Friday, we were at the beginning of the bull market cycle, but sadly on Thursday there was not a lot of movers. So we had opportunity yesterday, last week on Monday, on Tuesday, on Wednesday, and it was a little slow on Wednesday and Thursday, but things started to pick up back Friday. So right now we have, if we look at my schedule right now, we got about 2 weeks until Christmas, so that's gonna be exciting. You can look at my schedule right here. So we got 2 weeks to go until Christmas, and in about 12 days, I'm going to release it by Christmas. I think so. Make sure you grab your tickets to my course because otherwise it's going to go twice and a half. So I actually used AI to pretty much I plugged everything in. So what I've learned is that the majority of my tickers that I was, the pre-market VWAP reclaim is not the same as the pre-market as the VWAP reclaim after 9:30. That's probably one of the things that I did learn. Like the VWAP after 9:30, you're susceptible to death candles, and VWAP reclaim after before 9:30, you're not that susceptible to it. I learned that. I learned that one of my favorite, one of my greatest, like for example, on Friday we had SNX. What was the ticker? SMX. SMX was a 52-week breakout here that we ran hugely. I think it was SMX. Was it SMX? I think yeah, it was SMX. You can see so here that SMX was pretty much a really nice textbook 52-week breakout somewhat over here. You can see so that SMX we pretty much we gapped up from like $3 up to like 66, and right here we broke like $70. We ran to like 160, and the next day we gapped up to 250 and ran to like 500. So this is a really nice example of a potential one of my chapters, which is I think if you go look at SMX and compare this to my 52-week breakout chapter, you can see a lot of similarities. Like as I since I'm giving away a full hour right here of my 52-week breakout chapter, you can see so here I have a lot of similar examples. This is kind of like a similar example. You have Lunar here, another, daily breakout of like 60 to like 120. So this SMX thing that happened on Friday, it's a very, very similar pattern to one of my 52-week breakouts, beginning of a bull market cycle. You can see so right here, trying to buy them. You can see that this is a typical so big push consolidation, a first green day bounce, and we kind of have something like SMX did. So these are account changing opportunities. As well as I was looking inside the chat room, there were a couple of tickers here that ran in the aftermarket. Like you can see, so TGL here in the aftermarket, we're seeing a lot of volatility here that ran from 20 to up to 87. So you can see a lot of volatility showing up in the markets, and my course is pretty much 80% complete. So we have a lot of chapters right here where uploaded they got uploaded to the cloud, and some of them are really like long, and then there's a really consistency in most of my chapters. You can see that one of my chapters 2 hours long, 2 hours long, and 2 hours long. Like that's just the daily breakout, the first green day bounce, and the intraday breakout patterns and the shorting. So I'm still finishing up the gap up short soon, which is another 28 slides. But, so far, overall, I'm at 12 hours and 55 minutes for and I'll also talk about how I inputted all this data in AI. So, what I've learned in my course is that, my VWAP reclaim strategy doesn't work that great. Sometimes it fails, like VWAP reclaim strategy over here. It's not always work, but when it does, it's pretty good. You know, VWAP bounce after open, that works pretty good. The majority of my tickers, the bread and butter where I make my money is from 52-week breakouts, daily breakouts, day two continuation, first green day bounce, pre-market 70 and pushes. Like these setups are like my bread and butter. And once you have like pre-market VWAP reclaim, they sometimes work out when they're running. VWAP reclaim after 9:30, on Friday we had a VWAP reclaim after 9:30 that did not work out. But pretty much, opening range breakout that works out really good. Pre-market breakout that works really good. That I actually did that breakout on Monday. I had trend line breakout. I did that on Tuesday. I did a wedge breakout. I just went 30 minutes on that today. So my primarily sweet spot where I make my money are intraday patterns, 52-week breakout, daily breakout, first green day bounce. Like right now, this is the primarily where I make my bread and butter. And then, and daily breakout, 52 breakout right here. On top of it. This is just, maybe 40% of them or 50%. But, when I'm using the VWAP reclaim, it's more like 10 or 20%. It's not like my bread and butter, is more like an add-on. And they're not really all that, they don't always work. Like a lot of tickers when they open below VWAP, if a ticker opens below VWAP, it not necessarily reclaims. It's very hard for a ticker to reclaim and keep going. Anyway, I talk about more of this in my course. Make sure you get your tickets to that. And you also get a trade idea settings included. You get lifetime access. And, we got our first review here. David has been looking on the internet how to trade stocks, and has been, he reviewed my first course that I've been working on for a long time, and this is what he had to say. And he's very happy to learn this knowledge and to go through them and to absorb the information. Other than that, our sale is going to be ending in, when this timer going down, and we're going to be increasing the prices more than 2.5 times of what it is now. So get in the sale, and I'll see you all in my next video. That's there was a lot of information there. Like I went through 50 to 100 slides in almost every single strategy, and it was a lot of information, a lot of slides, and a lot of editing. Like the editing part was ridiculously long because I had to edit every single chart, and I have to look at it and examine it, and then I had to go through it in a very uh, dense format. Other than that, see you all in my next video. See you all Monday. I think I'll pretty much try to upload some data tomorrow. Try to work on the slides because I need to work on the slides right now for the gap up short, daily trendline resistance, and I do need to work on the chapter three market cycles. And other than that, it's gonna be a pretty busy week next week. A lot of traders, I had a red day on Friday, and I was green like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and on Friday I was very irritated. But so far so good. You just gotta unirritate yourself and go straight back to making money. Other than that, see you all in my next video, and peace out, peeps. Laters, have a great weekend.